Hey everyone, welcome to Yoga with Mike. I am Mike, and today we have an invigorating Baptiste inspired sequence for you. So, this class is designed for intermediate to advanced level students who want a bit of a challenge. So, if you're someone who's relatively new to yoga, I would recommend checking out some of my other videos before tackling this sequence in particular. But if you are someone who's been practicing for a while and you're ready to learn some new poses and level up, then this class is definitely for you. So be prepared to sweat and let's get started. All right, friends, we'll start off in child's pose. We'll come onto the knees, sit the hips backwards towards your heels. Bring your big toes to touch at the back of your mat. Forehead comes down. And starting off in this first shape of our practice, allow your intention in this moment just to be to connect with your breath. See if you can feel the sensation of the breath as it comes in, expanding, filling up your body with fresh air. And as it exits your body, feel the air as it leaves. We'll take a couple rounds of breath just like this. The breath is really going to be our foundation for this practice today. So just taking a couple more moments to make that connection between mind and breath. Very nice. And then we'll come into a tabletop position. So we'll come onto the hands and the knees. Fingertips are spread nice and wide. Shoulders are stacked over the wrists. Hips are stacked over the knees. From here, shift your chest forward towards the top of your mat, make a little semicircle, and then drop your hips back to your heels, make a semicircle at the back of your mat. And then with an inhale, come back forward, shifting your chest forward. Exhale, drop the hips back. So we'll take a couple rounds of this motion here. Inhaling to come forward, exhaling to drop the hips back. You should feel a bit of a stretch through your wrists as you come forward and through your hips as you drop your buttocks backwards. Go for one more round of this. Nice, and then come forward, back to a neutral position. From here, flip your fingertips to face backwards towards your knees. Go ahead and drop your hips back to your heels just enough so that you feel a nice stretch through the front of your wrists and your forearms here. We have some fun arm balances that we'll be doing in this sequence, so we just want to warm up the wrists and the forearms before we really get moving. So we're going to keep the fingertips facing backwards. This time come onto the backs of your hands. So the palms are going to be facing up towards the sky. Spread your fingers as wide as you can. Take a deep breath in. With your exhale, make a fist. Squeeze your fingertips towards the midline of your palm. And then inhale, open the palms, spread the fingers. Exhale, make a fist. Again, inhale, spread the fingers wide. Exhale, make a fist. Do this 2 more times. Inhale, open the hands. Exhale, close the hands. Last time, inhale, open. And exhale, close. Good. Come up onto your knees, and we're just going to make some circles with the wrists. Then just change directions, circles going the opposite way. Cool, and then plant your palms top of the mat, and we'll move right into our first downward facing dog. So tuck the toes, send the hips up and back. Feel free to take a little bit of movement in this first dog pose. Pedal out the feet, maybe rock the hips from side to side. Get out any movements that your body is craving right now. And then coming to some stillness in downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale out the mouth. Gaze to the space between your hands, and we'll step the feet all the way to the top of the mat. Feet will be hips width distance. From here, grab opposite hand to opposite elbow, coming into ragdoll pose. Drop the head down. Soften through your lower back. Option to rock side to side. With each exhale, let the head come a little closer to your toes. And let's go for one more breath. And with your exhale, release your elbows. Bring your fingertips down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Reach through the crown of your head. Good, and exhale, fold forward. Drop the head down. Inhale, press down through your feet. Rise all the way up to stand. Reach the fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, press the palms together. Bring the hands down to heart center. Cool, and then just relax your hands down to the sides of your body, and we'll take some sun salutations to warm up the body. Keep building this connection with the mind and the breath. So with an inhale, reach up through the arms, gaze up to your thumbs. Exhale, press the palms together, fold forward. Bring the fingertips down. Inhale, halfway lift, reach through your chest. Good. And exhale, plant the palms, step back into a high plank position. We'll hold this plank for 5 breaths. Work to activate your arms, pressing through the palms of the hands. It's like you're pressing your mat away from you. For 3. Breathing for 2. And 1. Slowly start to bend the elbows, bring the knees down to the ground, lower the chest down to your mat. Untuck your toes, press all 10 toenails down into the ground. Inhale, come into a baby cobra, so just lifting your chest, roll the shoulders back. Reach through the crown of your head for 1 more breath. And exhale, lower the chest down, press up onto your hands and your knees, roll back, downward facing dog. 3 rounds of breath here. Working to lift through your hips, pressing the backs of your thighs backwards. Last breath. Very nice. Gaze to the top of your mat, step, or if you'd like to hop your feet forwards, feel free. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up to stand. Reach through the arms, mountain pose. Exhale, palms pressed together, hands lower to heart center. Good. Lower the hands down to the sides of your body, and we'll do it again. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky, creating a straight line with your body. Exhale, hinge from your hips, round your spine as you fold forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step back into high plank position. From this high plank, option to lower onto your knees like we did last time, or if you'd like to take a low plank, feel free to bend the elbows and hover the knees off of the ground. With an inhale, lift the chest, upward facing dog or cobra pose. Exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing dog. And breathing here, 3 breaths. Breathing in and out through your nose. One more breath. Good. Gaze to the top of the mat. Step or jump the feet forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, mountain pose, expand up. Exhale, hands to heart center. And lower the hands down to the sides. Again, inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step, or if you'd like to jump back into high plank, feel free. From high plank, move into low plank. Option to lower the knees if you need to. Inhale, upward facing dog. Press your chest forward, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pausing here. Active through the arms, we're active through the legs. And look to the top of your space, step or jump. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, reach up, mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart, and then hands to your hips. We'll do one more round. Inhale, reach up through the arms. Exhale, fold forward. Drop the head, relax the neck. Inhale, lengthen the spine, lengthen through your head. Exhale, plant the palms, step or jump back high to low plank. Bending the elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog. Drop your head back, open through the throat. Exhale, downward facing dog. And pausing here. Good work, yogis. Inhale, reach your right leg up to the sky. Exhale, place your right foot between your palms, top of the mat. Lower your back knee down to the ground. Inhale, reach your arms up into Anjaneyasana. Spreading the fingertips. You can either gaze in front of you towards the horizon, or you can gaze up between your palms, whatever feels better here. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, open your arms to face the right side of your mat. Left arm reaches forward, right fingertips reach back. Inhale, come back to Anjaneyasana, reaching the arms up. Exhale, open the arms to face the left side of the mat. Keep your right knee stacked over the ankle. Nice. Inhale, come back up to Anjaneyasana. Exhale, open the arms to face the right side. Maybe gaze towards your back fingertips. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, arms open to the left. Maybe gaze towards your left fingertips. And inhale, come back up. Exhale, lower your fingertips down, top of the mat, to frame your front foot. Inhale, take a big breath in. Exhale, half split. Straighten your front leg, flex your front foot. Toes are pulling backwards towards your knee. If you need to slide your back knee a little bit backwards, that sometimes feels a little bit better, depending on what your body type is like. So breathing here, if it feels okay, you can start to fold the head down towards your knee, but not pushing yourself too much. We're still warming up the body. Good, and then start to lift the head back up, bend into your front knee to bring the foot back to the top of the mat. Plant the palms flat, step your right foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, place your left foot forward. Drop your back knee down. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, arms reach up. Again, eye gaze can be in front of you or upwards towards the sky. Lifting through the sides of your body, reaching through your fingertips. Use your breath here. Take an inhale. Exhale, open your arms to face the left side. Inhale, come back to center, expand the arms up. Exhale, open the arms to face the right side. Keep your left knee stacked over the ankle. Beautiful. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, open the arms to face the left side, maybe gaze backwards. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, arms open to face the right side, maybe gaze backwards again. Inhale, come back up one last time. And exhale, lower the fingertips down. Take a deep breath in, lift through your chest. Exhale, half split, straighten your front leg, flex your front toes. And again, maybe slide that back knee a little bit further back if that feels better for you. And then starting to bend into the elbows to allow the head to come down to the knee. Go for one more breath. Nice, and start to lift the chest back up. Bend into your front knee. Plant the palms, step your front foot back, downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Gaze forward, step or hop the feet forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up to stand, straighten the legs, straighten the arms. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, we're gonna take some sun bees. So we'll start off with a chair pose. So we'll bring the big toes to touch, bend the knees, lower the hips, reach the arms up to the sky. Option to keep the hands shoulder width distance apart. I like to press the palms together. Either variation is perfectly fine, so do whatever feels good for you. Breathing here for 3. Keep lowering the hips, reaching up through the fingers. 2. One more breath. And exhale, straighten the knees, lower the head down, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms. Option to step straight back into down dog or take a vinyasa. So if you'd like to take a vinyasa, we'll step back into high plank, lower down into low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. So there's going to be lots of options to take vinyasas in this class, options to skip them, whatever feels good for you in the moment. Inhale, reach the right leg up to the ceiling. And exhale, step the right foot between your hands. Plant your back foot flat at a 45-degree angle. Inhale, we're moving into warrior 1, reaching the arms up to the sky. Generous bend into the right knee. Right hip is pulling back, left hip is pressing forwards. For 3. Breathing here for 2. And 1. Lower the hands down, plant the palms. Again, option to step right back into downward facing dog, or if you'd like to take a vinyasa, you'll step back into high plank, bend the elbows into low plank, option to lower the knees. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, step the left foot forward. Plant your back foot. Inhale, rise up, warrior number 1. So your left knee should be stacked over the left ankle. Left hip is pulling backwards as the right hip is pressing forwards. For 3. 2. And 1. Hands lower back down to the ground. And again, you choose. So stepping back, down dog, or high plank to low plank to upward facing dog with the breath in and breath out sends us back, downward facing dog. And a couple breaths here. So we're going to do that that sequence a couple more times of the sun bees, so you know where we're going. So we'll start by gazing forward, step or hop the feet forward. Inhale, halfway lift, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, chair pose, drop the hips low, reach the arms up, hold here for 3, 2, and 1. Straighten the knees, bring the hands to heart center. Inhale, chair pose, just for 1 breath. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms. We'll make our way back into down dog, either stepping back or taking a vinyasa. From down dog, inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, place the right foot between the hands. Plant the back foot. Inhale, rise up, warrior number 1. We'll take 2 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Last breath, inhale. And exhale, hands lower back down, and either stepping back or you know where you'll go. Take a vinyasa, high to low plank. And up dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, place the left foot forward. Plant your back foot. Inhale, warrior 1. 2 breaths here. Reaching through the fingers, lifting through the rib cage. And exhale, hands lower back down, and we'll make our way back into dog pose. And pausing in down dog. Always using down dog as an opportunity to reconnect with the breath. One more breath. Good, and we'll take one more sun bee. So gaze forward, step or float the feet forwards. If you jump, land lightly. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. 1 breath per movement this time. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, come up to stand, hands to heart center. Again, inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, let's all take a vinyasa this time. Plant the palms, step or jump back, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Drop your head back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, step the right foot between your hands. Plant the back foot. Inhale, 1 breath, warrior 1. Exhale, hands lower, step back, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, step the left foot forward. Plant the back foot flat. Inhale, rise up, warrior 1. Exhale, lower back down, high to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Pause here. Great work. Inhale, lift your heels, come onto your tippy toes. Exhale, wave forward, come to a high plank position. Lower the knees down to the ground. Sit the hips back, child's pose. Forehead comes down. So in this child's pose, if you'd like to bring your knees together, that's another variation. I like to take the knees together version of child's pose when I take my rest in the middle of my sequence. So whatever works for you. A couple more breaths. Work to slow down the exhales. 1 more breath. All right, you're doing awesome. We're gonna meet back in down dog whenever you're ready. Okay. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, step your right foot between your hands. Rise up into high lunge, crescent lunge. So we're on the back toes, the back heel is lifted. Good. Bring your hands to heart center. Press your palms together. Inhale, take a deep breath in. Exhale, twist to your right side. We're going to hook the left elbow across the front knee. We're in this prayer twist position. So finding your balance here. Option to stay just where you are. This is a great place to be. Or if you'd like to challenge yourself, option to split your arms. So your left hand will come down to the ground. Right arm reaches up to the ceiling. Maybe gaze up to your top fingertips. Wherever you are, working to spiral open through the top arm. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower your right fingertips down to the ground in front of your right foot. Lift your back leg, reach the left arm up to the ceiling, coming into half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Balancing here. Working to spiral the left hip open so it stacks on top of your bottom hip. You can stay here, or if you'd like a challenge, you can kick your left foot towards your left glute and reach your left hand back to grab the left foot, coming into sugarcane pose. For 3, make sure you're still breathing. For 2, and 1. Lower the left fingertips down to the ground. Keep your back leg lifted. Inhale, reach the right arm open, coming into revolved half moon. So right arm is reaching up. For 3, keep lifting your back heel. For 2, and 1. Lower your top foot to meet your bottom foot, top of the mat. Good job. And we're gonna step or hop the feet about hips width distance at the top of the mat. Grab your big toes with your peace fingers and your thumbs. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Reach through the crown of the head. And then exhale, we'll take a fold. Drop the head, relax your arms. Breathing here. You can work to lightly pull your big toes upwards with your 3 fingers to intensify the stretch in your hamstrings. But just finding that sweet spot. We're not trying to push ourselves past our limit. 1 more breath. Nice, and then release your toes. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms. We'll make our way back into down dog, whatever way you'd like to go. Step back into dog or high to low plank. And through the rest of your vinyasa from there. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, step your left foot forward. Rise up into high lunge. Finding the balance here. Good. Bring your hands to heart center. Press the palms together. Inhale, take a breath. Exhale, twist left. Hook the right elbow across the front knee. Setting up, finding your center. And again, stay here. Or option to split the arms. So the right palm comes down next to the foot. The left arm reaches up. Spiraling open. 4, 3. Breathing deeply. For 2. And 1. Left fingertips come down to the ground about 6 inches in front of your left foot. Back leg will lift off of the mat. Reach your right arm up to the ceiling, coming into half moon pose. Breathing here, spiraling open for 3. Keep kicking through your lifted foot for 2. Option to take your bind. Let's go for 1 more breath. Good job. Keep your back foot lifted. If you have the bind, release the foot. Lower the right fingertips down to the ground. Inhale, reach the left arm up to the sky, coming into revolved half moon for 3. Lifting through your back heel. 2, spiraling open through your top arm. And 1, top foot lowers down next to the front foot. Good job. And again, we'll step or jump the feet, hips width distance on the mat. This time, slide the palms of your hands under the soles of your feet, so your toes come all the way to your wrist creases. And with an inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold forward, drop the head. Breathing here. About 5 breaths. And the more that you pull your palms upwards towards the soles of your feet, the more you're going to feel a nice lengthening in the backs of your legs, maybe even through your lower back. Go for 1 more breath here. Nice job. And then release your hands from under your feet. And we'll come into a malasana prayer squat. So bring your feet slightly wider. Toes are going to be pointing outwards to the sides of your mat. And then hands come to heart center. You should already feel a nice opening in your inner thighs. So keep pressing your elbows into your knees. And then work to lift the chest and roll the shoulders back. So you should feel most of the weight in your heels in this pose. Go for 1 more breath. All right, so we're going to play with our first arm balance of today's class. So a couple options. Option 1, we'll take baby crow pose. So if you're not familiar with crow pose, this is a great place to start. So you'll come onto your forearms, fingertips are spread wide, and then you're going to bring your knees towards the backs of your arms. And then just play with lifting maybe 1 foot, maybe 2 feet. So that's your baby crow. If you're familiar with crow pose, go for the full version. So you'll have your arms straight, and then knees come to the backs of your arms, and then you'll lift the feet. So wherever you go, try and hold there. If you're comfortable with crow pose, try and straighten your arms a little bit more, working into crane pose. Eye gaze should be in front of you, a couple feet in front of you. Holding for 3. For 2, on 1, option to lower down onto your feet. Or if you'd like to play with a jump back, you can jump into high plank, lower into low plank, inhale into up dog, and exhale into down dog. If you lowered onto your feet, feel free to step back into down dog or take a vinyasa, and we'll all meet there. Good work. Let's take 1 more breath here. Gaze between the hands, step or jump forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, we're gonna take our balancing sequence. We'll start with tree pose on the right side. So we'll lift the right foot off of the ground. Foot can come to the left calf or to the left inner thigh. Hands can come to heart center. Lock your eye gaze on 1 point directly in front of you that's not moving. And keep looking at that 1 point. Option to reach the arms up to the sky. We'll be here for about 5 breaths. If you feel very steady, option to gaze upwards towards your fingertips. And if you fall out, don't worry about it. Come right back in. Last couple breaths. Okay, and then we'll all slowly start to lower back down to the ground. And we'll switch sides. Left foot will lift off of the ground. And again, lock your eye gaze on that one point in front of you, grounding down through all 4 corners of your bottom foot. And whenever you're ready, the arms can reach up to the sky. If you'd like to keep the hands at heart center, that's perfectly fine too. And 5 breaths here. So again, you can challenge yourself by gazing upwards to the hands. You can keep gazing towards the horizon at that one point that you started off looking at. 3 more breaths. Last breath. And slowly lowering down. Good job. Lift your right knee off of the ground. Bring it up as high towards the sky as you can. A couple options here. Option 1, bring your right hand on your right knee. Bring your left hand to your left hip. Option 2, if it's accessible, you can grab your big toe with your right 3 fingers. If you have a strap, you can also use the strap to grab the right foot. And we're all going to, so if you have the big toe, go ahead and straighten your leg out. If you have the knee, just keep it bent. We're all going to hang out here in this balancing position. Keep working to straighten your bottom leg. Straighten your left knee as much as you can. Good. Doesn't matter if you have the toe or the knee. We're going to slowly open the leg towards the right side of the space that you're working in. Good. And then gaze over your left shoulder towards the left side. Hold here for 3. For 2. Breathing. And 1. Slowly come back to center. If you have the big toe, release it. We're all going to straighten the top leg, the lifted leg. Bring your right hand to your right hip. Good. Keep lifting through your right foot for 3. Reaching through the crown of your head for 2. And 1. Slowly lower the right foot down to the ground. Good work. Left side. Left knee lifts. Left hand can come to the left knee, or the left peace fingers can come to your big toe. If you have the big toe, option to straighten the leg in front of you. And we'll all balance here. If you have the big toe, work to pull your left shoulder back a little bit. 1 more breath. Good, and then slowly open the left leg towards the left side. Gaze over your right shoulder. Keep feeling your bottom foot grounding down into your mat for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly, like a gate closing, come back to center. Release your big toe if you have it. We'll all straighten the leg in front of us. Bring your left hand to your left hip. Lifting your left foot as high as you can for 3. For 2, see if you can lift a little higher. And 1, slowly lower the left foot down. Good job. Release your hands next to your hips. Bring your big toes together. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms. We'll make our way back into downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, place your right foot between your hands. Plant your back foot. Inhale, open your arms into warrior number 2. Generous bend into your right knee. Your pelvis should be facing the left side of your mat here. So you're kind of spinning your pelvis counterclockwise. You should feel a bit of a stretch in your back inner thigh in this pose. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, we'll move into extended side angle. So option 1, bring your right hand on the inside of your front foot. If you have a block handy, option to use a block. Option 2, you can bring your right hand to the outside of your foot. So whatever feels better for you. There's no right way to do it. And then the left arm is going to reach overhead at a 45-degree angle above the horizon. From here, work to spiral open through your top arm. And from here, we're going to go for a bind. So we're going to thread the right arm underneath your inner thigh. Left arm reaches around your back. See if you can grab your fingertips, interlacing them behind your back. From here, once you have the bind, work to straighten your top arm to roll the left shoulder open as much as you can. Left arm doesn't have to be totally straight. And then from here, step your back foot all the way to meet your front foot. So take a couple hops to get there. So both feet should be next to each other. We still have the bind with the fingertips. From here, we're going to move into bound half moon pose. So we're going to slowly shift all the weight onto the right foot, and then the left foot is going to slowly start to lift upwards towards the sky. Try and keep your bind. Keep grounding through all corners of your bottom foot. 4, 3, 4, 2, and slowly start to lower the lifted foot back down to the ground. Release your bind. Plant your palms. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, make your way back into down dog. Take a deep breath in. And exhale out. Gaze forward, step or hop forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach the arms up, mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. Relax your arms down to your sides. We're going to come into quick Tadasana, mountain pose. Open your palms nice and wide. Roll the shoulders back. Maybe close the eyes for a moment. Feel the connection between your feet and your mat. Take one more grounding breath here. Good. Open the eyes if you close them. Inhale, sweep the arms up, mountain pose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, make your way into downward facing dog. Doing awesome, guys. Let's do the left side. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, step the left foot forward. Plant the back foot flat. Inhale into warrior number 2. Relax your wrists. Soften through your elbows. Deep breath in. Exhale, we'll move into extended side angle pose. So again, option to plant your front hand on the inside of your foot or the outside of your foot, whatever works better. And then the top arm will reach overhead, working to spiral the right side of your body and especially the right side of your rib cage open towards the sky. And then from here, we'll move into our bind. So we'll wrap the right hand around the lower back as far as you can get it. And then the left arm threads underneath the inner thigh, fingertips interlace. And then we'll gaze towards the front foot, slowly start to hop your back foot all the way forwards next to the front foot. And you know where we're going. We're going to play with our bound half moon pose. So this time we'll balance on the left foot. So we'll slowly start to shift all the weight onto the left foot. Get light on the right toes. And then lifting the right foot off of the ground. Keep breathing. Take 2 more breaths. And then slowly lower the top foot down and release the bind. Beautiful job. That's a hard pose. If you struggled with that, don't worry. I struggled with that one too. Good effort. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant palms, step or jump back. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, reach your right leg up to the ceiling. Exhale, step the right foot between your hands. This time, lower your back knee down to the ground. We're going to come into lizard pose. So bring your right foot a couple inches wider towards the right side of your mat. And then we'll plant the right hand on the inside of the right foot. So a couple options here in lizard pose. You can stay here with your back knee lowered. You can come onto your forearms if you want to intensify the hamstring stretch a little bit. Or if you want to play with the fun arm balance, we'll play with Kundalini 2. So we'll thread the right arm. I'm going to do the other side so you guys can see better. You'll thread the right arm underneath your inner thigh. You'll plant the right hand down. Get your right leg as high on your right arm as you can. So it's like you're trying to get your right shoulder underneath the leg. And then you'll spread your fingers wide, plant through the palms. You'll shift your chest forward, straighten your top leg, and then lift your back leg, coming into the arm balance. So you can hold there 3 to 5 breaths, and then make your way back into the lizard pose. So we'll all meet back in lizard pose. From here, inhale, reach the right arm open to the sky. Exhale, bring your right hand to your right knee. And then we'll move into galaxy pose. So gently start to press your right knee away from your body, shifting onto the pinky toe side of your front foot. You should feel a nice opening in your right hip here. If you want to play with the bind in this pose, you'll kick your back foot off of the ground. You'll reach your right hand backwards to grab your left foot behind you. Go for 2 more breaths. Good. And if you have your back foot, release it down. Shift your front foot back to center. Plant your right hand down, and we'll all step straight back into downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, place your left foot forward. lower your back knee down. Bring your left hand to the inside of your front foot, and then you can slide the left foot a little bit to the left, a couple inches. So again, we're in our lizard pose. You can stay with your arms straight, or you can lower down onto the forearms if you'd like to. So again, your choice. Gauge how you're feeling, gauge what you need in this moment. So you can stay here. This is a great stretch in the left hip. Or if you want something a little bit more invigorating, you can play with the vinyasa. So you'll thread your left arm underneath your left leg. Again, try and get that shoulder as far underneath the knee as you can. And then bend the elbows, shift your chest forward, straighten your front leg, lift your back leg. Hold here a couple breaths if you're in the balance. And then we'll all come back into lizard pose. Good job. And then inhale, reach the left arm up to the sky. Exhale, bring the left hand to the left knee, and we'll move into our galaxy pose. Start to press the knee away from you. Roll the left shoulder open, maybe even gaze over the left shoulder here. And again, if you took the bind on the other side, option to play with that here. Kicking your back foot off of the ground, reaching your left hand backwards to grab the foot. 2 more breaths. And starting to come back to center. And we'll plant the left hand and step the left foot back. Downward facing dog. Gaze forward. We're gonna play with a jump through here. So if you don't want to do a jump through, you can just shift your weight on into high plank and then come onto your knees. If you want to play with a jump through, gaze between the hands, we're gonna jump all the way through. So you want to lift the knees as high as you can. So maybe look up at the screen for a second to watch the form here. So we're gonna jump, lift the knees, and then straighten the legs in front of you. We'll all meet in a seated position in the middle of the mat. So you want to lift the knees as high as you can. Use your core to engage your hip flexors, really curling the knees up. So whatever route you took, good job. We're in a seated position. The legs are forward. Big toes are together. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, we'll take a nice fold here. Drop the head down. You can grab your ankles. You can grab the outer edges of your feet. Maybe your big toes with your peace fingers. And a couple breaths here in this fold. One more breath. Good, and then start to lift the chest. We're gonna do a little bit of core. So we'll start in a boat pose, Navasana. So we'll straighten the legs, reach the arms forward. Try and lift through your lower back. Hold here for 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna move into a low boat. So we'll hover the heels above the ground, hover the back of the head above the ground for 3. Try and press the lower back down for 2, and 1. With a big inhale, come back into high boat. If it's easier, you can straighten the knees, but if it's possible for you, if it's easier, you can bend the knees. If possible, straighten the knees for 3, 2, and 1. Lower into low boat. Hold for 3. Press down through your lower back. 2, 1. Inhale, come up high boat. Knees bent or straight. 3, breathing. 2, And one last time, low boat, hover and hold for 3. You got this. 2 and 1. Good. Lower the heels down, lower the back of the head down to the ground. We're going to move right into a back bend. So your choice. Option 1, we'll take wheel pose, or bridge pose will be our first option. So we'll bring the heels towards the glutes and then lift the hips up to the sky. Interlace the fingertips. So that's bridge pose. Option 2, if you'd like to come into wheel pose, upward facing bow. You'll plant the palms next to the ears, rise all the way up. If you're in wheel pose, try and engage your hips as much as you can. And this goes for bridge pose too. So you want to squeeze your outer hips inwards to really engage the legs, to take as much pressure off of the back as you can. So wherever you are, hold there for 3. Keep lifting the hips. We want a nice C-shaped curve in the back. For 2. And 1. We'll slowly start to lower down to the back. We'll come into Supta Baddha Konasana. So bring your feet together. Soles of the feet come to touch. Knees drop open towards the sides of your mat. Bring your left hand over your heart, your right hand over your belly. Option to close your eyes here. We've been pushing the body really hard over the past 45 minutes or so. Take this moment to just connect with the body. Maybe send some loving kindness through your body for all the work that it's put in for you so far. Feel the breath, feel the heartbeat. And we'll come into happy baby pose from here. Maybe rock a little side to side. Good, and then from happy baby, we're gonna take a shoulder stand. So we'll bring the big toes together, straighten the legs up to the sky, rock your weight towards your shoulders, bring your hands to your lower back, and straighten the legs up. Shoulder stand is an amazing pose, so good for the body. We're reversing the direction of our blood flow backwards towards the head. Holding here. Try and get your heels stacked directly above your hips. Hold here for 3 more breaths. Last breath. We're going to move into plow pose. We'll drop the feet over the head. If the toes don't quite touch the ground yet, don't worry about it, but keep your hands on your lower back to support yourself. If the toes are able to touch the ground, option to interlace your fingertips and straighten the arms. Take some nice breaths here. You can see the abdomen as it fills up and empties in this moment. Two more breaths. With your next exhale, we'll come into Karna Pidasana, ear pressure pose. So you'll bend the knees as close to your ears as you can. Give your ears a light squeeze with your knees. If you have the fingertips interlaced, you can keep them interlaced. If the hands are on the lower back, keep the hands on the lower back. 2 more breaths. With your next exhale, slowly start to roll out one vertebrae at a time onto your back. Bring the heels down to touch. And go ahead and look up at the screen for a moment. So I'm just going to demo our next options. So we're going to take a fish pose, Matsyasana. Option 1, keep the legs pointed forward towards the top of your mat. And we'll come onto the crown of the head. And you'll hang out here. You can plant the palms, lift through the chest, breathe in and out through the nose. If you have a lotus pose in your practice, option to take lotus pose. If you're not familiar with lotus pose, I would hang off of it for now because we don't want to upset the knees. So only if it's really comfortable for you, we'll take a lotus pose. And then you'll lower the knees down to the ground and again come onto the crown of the head. And this time you can bring your hands to your feet and you'll gently pull the feet towards your body, again pressing the chest upwards towards the sky. So go ahead and take either the first option or the second option. We'll take 5 breaths here, breathing in and out through the nose, working to press the chest upwards with the inhales. Three more breaths. And last breath. We're going to keep the crown of the head where it is. If you have lotus pose, release your legs. So we're all going to have the feet stretched towards the front of the mat. From here, we'll move into Uttanapidasana. So we're going to lift the heels upwards into the sky at a 45-degree angle, and then reach your fingertips towards your toes. So we're balancing on the glutes and on the crown of the head. Breathing nice and deep for 5, 4, engage the core. 3, 2, and 1. Lower the heels down, and we'll release the head, come onto the back of the head. Very nice job. Hug your right knee into your chest. With your left hand, guide the right knee towards the left side of your body. Open your right arm to the right side. Gaze over the right shoulder, supine twist. So we've worked real hard. So just letting everything start to slow down. Enjoying the stillness of this pose. Enjoying the sensation of the breath as it starts to slow down. Fresh air coming in. And we'll come back to center and switch the legs. The left knee hugs into the chest. And we'll drop the left knee over to the right side. Left arm reaches left. Eye gaze over the left shoulder. 3 more breaths here. Enjoy this moment. And twisting back to center. Keep the left knee hugging into the chest. Go ahead and bend your right knee to meet the left knee. And then wrap your arms around your shin bones. For some of you, it might be accessible to grab opposite elbows around your shins, but you don't have to. Otherwise, just keep hugging the arms around the legs. Press down through your lower back. And then lift the forehead up to the knees. Really curl up here. And hold at the top. Breathing deeply for 3, 2. With your next exhale, release your legs. Open the arms. We made it. Shavasana. Great work. Find a nice, comfortable position. Find stillness inside your body. Find solitude through your breath. And just allow yourself to exist in this moment without having anything to try and accomplish. There's nothing to really do here besides just let go and keep working to move into this place of surrender.